everyone. So I am coming to you today for about 10 to 12 minutes to wrap up our tips. So there will be one more workout tomorrow, but today I kind of wanted to wrap up this series of things to consider when you want to lose weight with arguably the biggest piece that I work on in my business. This piece alone is something that I have invested thousands of dollars in continuing education and mentorship with this year, simply because it is the piece of weight loss that is never assessed. And the cool kids call it your mindset, but I actually don't even think that mindset is the right word. Because I could talk to you guys about fixed mindset versus growth set mindset. But really what we're talking about when we're talking about success with weight loss, with exercise, with taking care of your body, with having a positive self-image even away from the scale, what we're talking about is less about the mindset, but more about the overall relationship that you have with yourself and your body that you live in. We live in this vessel. This is a vessel that we will inhabit for all of our time on earth. You get one vessel. But your relationship with it, how you treat it, how you think about it, how you live in it every day is unique to you. And I think that when we start to look at our mindset, if you will, as the culmination of all of our experiences, our beliefs, our traumas, that make us the person we are in this moment, then we start to really recognize our patterns and who we are. I think we miss the mark as coaches. It's very trendy to say, fix your mindset, or you need to work on your mindset. That is such a bland topic. When we talk about fixing your mindset, really we need to go deeper and say we've got to fix the relationship that you have with the vessel that you live in. And we can't just say fix your mindset like it's a static thing in time, because fixing your mindset does not mean fixing what ails you right now. Fixing your relationship with your body, your relationship with your food is not something that is done in present time. It takes looking back at what got you to this point. What were the first things you started to learn about food and your body when you were a child? As hard as it is to talk about, how did your mother feel about her body? What habits did you pick up from your mother, your grandmother, your sisters, your aunts, any other influential people in your life? What was the story that you were told about your body? What is the story that you have told yourself in regards to your self-worth? Because I think if we're going to talk about mindset, we have to talk about our inner belief system. What you truly believe you are worth and valued at, and what you deserve. I can tell you wholeheartedly, and this is something that's kind of difficult to talk about without hurting feelings or people taking it out of context, but there are absolutely instances in my life that I can think back on to when I was a child that influenced how I viewed my body into adulthood. 100%. There are phrases that I can recall being said to me. There are situations that I can recall being in that at the time seemed very benign, very normal. But those benign situations or those words affected me deeply. And I took those things into adulthood because it's all about how I perceived them, how I received those things when I was too young to even understand what I was receiving. And if you don't think The way you view food, the way you view your body, your follow through, your motivation, your ability to be disciplined is not filtered by the experiences that you've had up until you sit here watching this video today. You are absolutely missing the mark. Because I think if we are going to heal our relationship with food, and if we are going to heal our relationship with our body, and every weight loss journey, every journey to build muscle, every single one is a greater healing of our relationship with ourselves. Every single journey, whether you're trying to lose 5 pounds or 50 pounds, if you're wanting to add muscle or lose fat, regardless, the process in itself is you healing your relationship, your viewpoint, or improving your relationship with the vessel that you live in every single day. So I could talk to you guys every single day for 365 days a year about calories and where to start calories and exercise and steps. I could give you the perfect grocery guide. I could give you the perfect meal plan. I could give you the perfect exercise guide. You could have the best trainer in the world. But if you aren't addressing the deeper parts of you that accept or do not accept who you are to move you forward, you're never going to fully heal. And I know because I have been on that path for 3 years now. 3 years. My relationship with my body and food and the scale is drastically different now than it was prior to 2017, when I started recognizing that unless I solved all of this shit in my brain, I was never going to heal and truly like who I am as a person. Because emotions have weight. And there are those of you guys that are watching this and you're trying not to look so hard, and me bringing this up is so painful. But holding up the mirror and saying, how do you feel about this person that's looking back at you? How do you feel about her? What are your thoughts about her? What do you believe she is capable of? What hurt you? What ails you? What holds you back? What does that little voice in the back of your head tell you when things get hard? Looking at the ugly parts of you, looking at the shadow parts of you, looking at the parts of you that you wish weren't there, and respecting those parts of you, and learning from those parts of you, and improving your relationship with all parts of you truly is a huge part of the healing process. And the healing process thus gives you the permission to lose the weight that has hounded some of you guys your entire lives. I get women all the time that come to me and they're like, oh, I've been overweight since I was a child. Well, why? I can tell you a lot of times it's not genetics. We believe fully in genetics, and genetics undoubtedly plays a part. Absolutely. But our experiences and our belief systems arguably play a much larger part that creates the person that we are that's sitting here watching this video today. So when I'm working with someone, when my assistant Miranda that you've met is working with someone, sometimes the hardest but most valuable part of our job is getting you to look at all of the things that have made you who you are today and assessing those so that you feel safe and supported to move forward. Because that emotion that you carry, those beliefs that have made up who you are, those have weight. And sometimes you have to give that up in order to truly become who you want to be. I'm going to read you an email. I'm going to close these tips by reading you an email. Let me see if I can figure out how to... So I'm going to read this email to you. It says, I thought where I was where I was going to be for the rest of my life, and to some point I had made peace with that. I saw my mom as she got older gain some weight, and in many ways I had begun to see her as my reflection. You know that the saying, if I want to know what your wife is going to look like, look at her mother. That had become so very true for me. As my mom aged, I saw her health become worse, and I have such negative impacts on her. She didn't feel well. She lost mobility. Her teeth began to suffer because of a poor diet. Her skin wrinkled from smoking. She just felt like crap all the time, and she slowly withdrew from herself and family functions. All of this resulted in her passing away June of 2017. She was only 68 years old. I spoke with my 15-year-old daughter the other day, and she said to me when my mom passed away, it terrified my daughter because she thought that was the age that I would die also. So she had started counting down the years until she lost me too. What a horrible thing to feel at such a young age. I'm 46 years old, and I have always tried to live with no regrets. Everything I had done has led me to where I am today, and I like who I am, and I appreciate where I'm at. I can say now, though, I finally feel free of the weight of being so unhealthy, and I wish that it had not taken me so long. I wish I could have a redo with the knowledge I have now so that I was better able to be in the moment, to not have withdrawn myself from functions as my mom did because of my shame, to have smiled bigger in that picture because I wasn't embarrassed of my size, to have gone to the lake to play with my family and not cared about what I looked like in my swimsuit. I have a new opportunity to do things that I would not have allowed myself to do in the past, and I'm so grateful to have met you. You have opened my eyes to the possibilities. You have helped guide me and taught me how to enjoy food guilt-free. Gone is the roller coaster of shame and guilt that was attached to food. You guys, that is one of the most powerful, impactful emails I've received in my almost 10-year career. That is what's possible, though. When you truly start to open up to the possibility that this is bigger than the food, that this is bigger than the exercise program, and surrender to the fact that you have to learn to love all the parts of you and accept all of the parts of you to be able to move forward. I hope that you guys found this valuable. Thank you so much for coming along on this journey. Tomorrow will be our final workout. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Talk to you soon.